Well, guys, because New Orleans is CIA based, this is very difficult to run a alternative media channel against the power structure. It's kind of like somebody doing it in New York. I don't hear a lot of people in New York, right? Running alternative media channels. Very, very, very deep state, CIA oriented place. And what they're doing to me is they're infiltrating my property, trespassing. And they're placing directed energy type receivers in the woods. So whenever I do an upload, right, these interceptors will intercept this these signals, is what they're doing. So they're intercepting these signals. And I've actually found these interceptors in the woods. I've had to put security cameras up in the woods. I have mobile MP3 hidden camouflage security cameras. I have micro cameras. I have micro speakers. But the greatest deterrent is the dogs. So let me tell you a story last night. Last night I was watching television, right? And my TV signals were coming in perfect. The sky was very clear, just like it is this morning. No chemtrails. And this truck passed by, very loud truck. Rum, rum, rum. And boom, my dogs start barking. That's why they want my dogs. They want to kidnap my dogs. They've already tried to kidnap my dogs already. They've tried to kidnap me a bunch of times too. Because what I heard is they're bringing us to a place called Portland. And they're putting us in homeless places, and they're doing more and more experiments on us, just like what Hitler did. So they have attempted to kidnap me several times. I have a court appearance tomorrow. I haven't had any help in my Fundly account since they've shut down my previous YouTube channel. So this means that what they're doing is they're just taking away all my true listeners and replacing them with psyops. So anyway, this truck passed by, and what they're doing is these are mobile transmitter receivers. And what they do is they grab the data off of these things, and then they push it to their private servers. So this means that I am never on the World Wide Web. I never have been. I don't think since the day I've started. If you go to my YouTube and I count all of my subscribers total, I've had over 1.2 million subscribers over about a 9-year period. So that means I would be one of the top truthers on alternative media. Now you see people like Jerome Corsi, which is associated with Jesus Christ. JC, you've got the big time psyop, Alex Jones. You've got Dane Wigington running the geoengineering. These are all gatekeepers, guys. They're not real. They're not one of us truthers. What these people are doing is they're stealing information from the real people that the elite plan to remove first off of the earth. That's the way it works with these people. This is a spiritual battle, guys. So, the people that are pretending to be us online are the worst characters in the Bible. These are the Judas Iscariots. They get up there, and it's kind of like that crazy rant Alex Jones did. And of course, the king of this deceiver seems like Donald Trump, because he attacked a sovereign nation the other day. And that's what this is all about. It's about sovereignty, Christianity, Judaism, any type of spiritual, Buddhism. The true Buddhists, the true Muslims, the true Jews, these are the good people, guys. And this is who they're after. Anything that is sovereign from their matrix. So, and believe you me, they do run a very, very evil, satanic matrix. And I mean evil to the core. And what I do is I take my dogs, and whenever he urinates, this is a Pyrenees. Whenever he urinates, he is smelling perpetrators. That's what he's doing. And he's marking his territory. You got to really read about these dogs. These dogs were used to protect Christian people in the Basque Mountains of Italy that had to escape from persecution. These dogs have the strongest bite force on planet Earth. 900 pounds per square inch. If you look at the Pyrenees' head, it's shaped like a bear. This thing has got some type of bear in him, I promise you that. And for example, everybody thinks a pit bull is the toughest. Quite honestly, the German Shepherd has the stronger bite force than a pit bull by about 50 pounds per square inch. A pit bull is only about 500 to 600 pounds per square inch. So this makes the Great Pyrenees, which is the strongest bite force on planet Earth. So they really don't like him. They don't. She hasn't been a threat to them too much, because I don't know if it's just because she's female. See, he is trying to direct me. He's telling me where to go. And I'm going with him because he's way smarter than me in the woods, buddy. He's a genius. And look, here's a trail. So this guy's from Iran and Iraq that lives in this neighborhood, okay? And then there's a police officer that lives over here, and the dog has followed them that way. So this is one of their trails that they've made right here. You can see it. And some people might say, well, that's an animal trail. It's not. That's people trail, guys. So they just keep, what they do is they move these. See, he wants to go in that direction. So now I know I found a trail where people come in the woods and they put in these receivers. Now, I've seen one of these receivers, okay? I'm not going to describe it because, and I have IP addresses of these receivers. I have proof that the phone was searching for those receivers. Now, this is why when I went to go get a phone at a store called Metro PCS in Covington, Louisiana, there were 4 city police officers at this location. Remember, they're doing V2K, so they're reading your mind. So if you think to yourself, oh, I'm going to go get a cell phone, they know. So they're sitting there waiting for you. You think to yourself, I'm going to the grocery store. They know what you're thinking. V2K, guys. And this was placed on me against my will. So this way, let's say the other day I went to Walgreens and I needed some medicine for my dog. He's got, like, all of a sudden he started scratching in this one area. And I checked him for fleas and all this stuff, and I couldn't find fleas. I got a briar bush that is kicking my butt here. And I couldn't find any fleas or anything like that. So this could be radio frequency sensitivity. And he started scratching this area, so I had to go get some medicine for him. And he doesn't like me fooling with it. But all of a sudden he stopped scratching it, so I'm going to leave it alone and let it heal naturally. But see, look, he's leading me again. He's smart. He knows where he wants to go. So come on, let's go this way. So I'm going to try to lead him a little bit. But this is how they're treating me like some type of terrorist. They actually have fake FISA warrants on us. And Donald Trump's okay with this. So he's not doing nothing about it. He knows this shit's going on. So he knows that in the time, this is the time to where the wicked are to be removed. And all of the people with money are afraid of this spiritual war. So I'm just telling you right now, money is a measurement of Satan. You do understand that. It's a measurement of Satan. I think that's why Donald Trump gave his salary away. Or maybe that was propaganda too. Because you don't know what to believe. The news is so fake. Because all these people are the wicked. Also, read the book of Enoch. This is the age to where the wicked are to be removed. And one of the things that Satan does is he takes away all your money. You don't have money to fight people in court and things like that. You don't have the ability to defend yourself. You can't sue the corporations that are doing this stuff. So, that's part of the gang stalking, covert harassment stuff, guys. So what we're looking for is we're looking for these transmitters. Now, I have a way of finding them. But anytime like airplane can pass over, they can upload from these transmitters, and trucks will pass through my street and they will steal information from these transmitters. Now, when they do this, your television signal, if you have an HD antenna, will go wacko. Okay? So, that's part of it, because they're using microwaves to steal your data. See, he is not wanting to come with me. He wants to go his own way. So he's smart. These dogs are, I mean, the shepherds are loyal, obedient, and she sticks by my side. You don't even need a leash for her. She will not leave my side. Even if I wander off, she's got an eye on me. She will make sure she's watching me at all times. So they're incredible protectors for human beings, right? But the Pyrenees is a land protector, buddy. So he's protecting the land, okay? He knows what my territory is, and he will establish that territory. And he has this animal is fearless. He is fearless. He will not back down. This dog was attacked by 5 dogs one day, and didn't back down. So, and there's no way that a dog can whip 5 dogs. But he did a pretty damn good job. These are the best fighting dogs. But here's the thing, they're not like pit bulls. They don't fight to kill. They just fight to defend themselves and to create who's the alpha and who's the omega. That's what they're doing. Pit bulls will fight to kill. Bulldogs will do the same thing. So, anyway, one of the reasons why I'm going to court is this dog was following a trail of a trespasser that was operating these transmitters on my property, intercepting my uploads. They not only do that, but when they come on the property, they're also shooting you with directed energy technology to cause heart attacks, and they're doing what they call brain scanning, and they're scanning your memories through the V2K. So they're doing a lot of things, guys, when they trespass on your property. We've had a lot of rain, so the woods are just nasty right now. So, but yeah, this is one of the biggest problems I have. I like the trees because the trees are very protective of EMF. If you have, I was watching one of the chemtrail activists. I think her name is Paula Jones. She bought a camper and she's traveling, and I've done the same thing. So when you travel around, you want to park in the trees, because that's why they have to come in the woods, guys. The trees are just like, Adam and Eve. They're the tree of life. They're grounded to the earth, Mother Earth, and then they're reaching for the sun. So the trees are masculine, feminine, guys, just like God. And that's why they call it the tree of knowledge of good and evil, because even the word T starts with the letter T, which is 20, R, right hand, EE is the number 10, which is a symbol of female. So tree is it's a masculine, feminine energy. That's why in California, when they were doing these, burning these houses down with directed energy technology, because they're planning on going to war with Russia and they have to test all these weapons. Matter of fact, that's what we are. Targeted individuals, guys. We are weapons. If they weren't planning to go to war with Russia, they wouldn't have targeted us. So this is military stuff. And they'll use us for military operations too. So anyway, I am skipping around a lot today. But yeah, we're looking for these transmitters. I have a way of finding these transmitters. I'm not using that technology right now, but there's nothing you can do about it. Actually, the private security corporation, ex-police officers, he's the one that's running this covert operation. So if you try to threaten him, he will just contact his buddies, and his buddies will come and harass you. And that's the way it works. You can go to the sheriff, you can go, they're all in on it, guys. And this is an ingenious plan to get the police involved, because one of the Jesuits are pros, guys. They're the geniuses. They've been drinking the blood of us for years. They've been drinking the blood of the Christ for years, just like you do in the churches. So if you think that's fiction, see, you're drinking wine, they're drinking the real blood. And as long as you're doing the ritual, it makes it okay for them. So what they do is they drink our blood, they sacrifice us, and they obtain our wisdom. They eat our organs, they eat our bodies, just like they do in the churches. I'm telling you. If I'm ever kidnapped, I'll guarantee you I'll be on somebody's dinner table somewhere. And these vampire demons will eat you. They will. They will brutally murder you and beat you, just like they did Jesus Christ. Because you're an angel of God. You are God. To them, you are a spiritual entity of God, and they hate God, so they beat the living shit out of you. They crucify you, torture you, to where it's like they're trying to say, hey, God, do not come back to this earth. That's what they're doing. That's why they did it to Christ. They're telling you, and even religion, what they did to Christ. They're telling you. And everybody thinks this is some historical story. Jesus Christ is not a historical story, guys. This is modern day brutality of good versus evil. And this Russia war, I proved even RUSS in gematria is 77, which is Christ. So they even have the symbologies in Russia that Putin is Christ. You understand that, right? So let's get back to what's really happening. They hate dogs because dogs can hear their technology. I can't. All I do is I feel my ears ringing. I feel my body heating up. You know, you'll start to get used to it. So that's why dog is God backwards, because it's like they're incredible protectors. And when the world is upside down, this means that the dog is an extension of God, and all dogs go to heaven because they're spiritual entities. They don't commit crimes. The only time they commit crimes is just like us, is when they're over-vaccinated and they're mentally deranged, mentally ill. So they have to do the same thing to the dog that they do to humans, because they know that the dog is the protector of God's people. And believe you me, this dog right here goes back to the Basques in Spain, to where Rome was killing people. And this dog was bred to be the protector of the Rh negative people. I'm Rh negative. Now, when I read that, I was very shocked, because I think it's about 60% of the Basques, even currently, are Rh negative. So obviously the churches, what happens is the churches pretend to be good, and then they get evil leaders like the Jesuit New World Order psychopath Pope Francis. Shit, Pope Francis is even involved in creating fake stories like there is no hell and things like that, so that people will propagate that information, and then they'll shut down your channel. So even the Pope is involved in shutting down conservative media. So if you think he's a good guy, you are a fool. You're absolutely a fool. So he's actually out there putting out propaganda so that people will... He is something else. I mean, one of the things about a true Christian and true Jew, you will know Satan when you see him. And you'll know his minions. And boy, I tell you, Francis is a minion of Satan. In my mind, you believe what you want to believe. I don't tell people what to believe, but I know what he is. So you need to wake up if you think that he is part of the world of good. Look at the mosquitoes, guys. This is what they do with all this rain. These mosquitoes, you can probably get bit by these mosquitoes and get AIDS. So I read an article to where Louisiana was one of the #1 AIDS places in the world. Florida, all the southern states. And guess who has AIDS? Poor people. Look at the mosquitoes. These are babies too, guys. They're not ready to bite yet. Well, no, they're getting ready to bite. Because of all this rain, we're going to have an epidemic of mosquitoes. And what they do is through the airplanes, they spray this shit. They spray mosquito eggs. So when they're spraying for mosquitoes, they're spraying mosquitoes. Every time the mosquito trucks come by, we get more mosquitoes. And that's a fact. So they will release male mosquitoes and things like that to fertilize the eggs that they spray out of airplanes and trucks and whatever. So I've tried to call the mosquito companies and, you know, these people, oh, I am convinced that we're not trying to harm the environment. Okay, whatever, lady. Every person that is in a corporate job right now is a minion of Satan, and most of them don't even know it, like the police. This is what's sad. The police somehow actually think that they're, what is that, Zeke? You see a snake or something? The police actually think that they're doing the work of the good people, which is really sad. This is why I've been so, you know, trying to tell the police that it's a perfect plan of the Jesuits is to get the police to go against the truthers, and then that turns the people against the police, and both of them die. Do you understand that? Both die, and then the super rich sit on their yachts and just laugh at us for being so stupid to kill each other. And it's disgusting, guys. So this is why I have always tried to support the local police. But then you got guys like Comey that is so disgusting to get on TV, and that man is disgusting. And by the way, everything's allegorical. He's playing the role of the giant, you know. So he is 6'8", which 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's the letter, what, 8? Damn, I'm gotten mosquitoes. Yeah, so that's what they call N, the letter N, the masculine, feminine. It's a 6. Even the symbol 6'8" is a Freemason symbol. So, but you do understand that every symbol can be good or evil. So you do understand that. A lot of people ask me those questions. What does it mean? Does this mean good or evil? No, it means both. It's duality, guys. So it depends on whose ball the court's in. You know, just like court, just like basketball or tennis. I mean, if it's in the court of Satan, then it's evil. If it's in the court of God, then it's good. Do you understand that, right? That's why you're playing football and tennis and all these sports with duality, okay? The offense is the letter O, the defense is the letter D, the square. You're playing squares against circles, okay? They'll even put symbols as the circle as the X when they're doing training videos, which is the female, the X chromosome. I mean, it's, forgive them, for the coaches don't even know what the hell they're doing. They don't even know that that's a war between good and evil. So anyway, this is in a nutshell what they're doing to me. I have never been on the internet, and all the gatekeepers are getting my data, and they're creating their videos based on us truthers' data. That's what they're doing. And they're downloading our thoughts, and they will tell the police that they're doing scientific experiments. No, this is spiritual warfare, guys. This is Satan himself. It's not a science experiment that they're doing. This is Satan creating minions. If you're dumb enough, it's just like the judge. If you're dumb enough to submit to a fake character, then they're going to put you in jail. And Satan's the same. Satan is the same way. If you're dumb enough to betray your brethren, and say, oh, that's for science purposes, military purposes, and you're dumb enough to say, okay, that's okay with me, I'm going to let it slide, and forget the fact that people are being suffering, people are being murdered and tortured. And here's another thing. They use that FISA warrants on all my properties. So that's why the guy hung himself at my property the other day. This is military. This is the police doing this. And they know it too. They know that they killed that guy because they're using scalar mind control, Tesla technology, to cause depression, severe depression. And not only do they cause the severe depression with microwaves technology, this is psychotropic warfare. This is traveling sound through below the visible lights, the hearing spectrum. So it doesn't matter. Your subconscious can hear it. As soon as my tenant hung himself, the neighbor, which was a Hispanic guy, an MS-13 member, no question about that. He moved out because he probably went, holy shit, I killed this guy. Why'd this guy kill himself? I have to be responsible. They know it. That's just like Judith Iscariot. When you kill the good guy, because let me tell you, this guy that hung himself, he was a good guy. And they were actually using outside influences. They were psyoping his whole family, his girlfriend, his ex-wife, and they get these people to vibrate hate, right? Jealousy, revenge, fear, fear of loss. She was taking him to court 10 times this year for child support. What kind of a demon does something like that? Let me tell you what it does. That's V2K, guys. I'll guarantee you'll find in his ex-wife voice-to-skull technology, and they were using scalar technology to take him to court, because no woman would do that to a man under normal circumstances. That's just unusual cruelty. It is spiritual warfare. So it's the same thing that they were doing to my exes. So, and here's the thing: the people on the other side, they will never know it. That's what's cool. They don't even know, because they're getting one voice and you're getting another one. So, all right, guys, I'm starting to get eat up by mosquitoes, and these are weird mosquito bites. These things burn like crazy. So this is not the typical mosquito, I promise you that. So visually, I wasn't able to find these criminal interceptors. So I'm going to use electronics to find these things. But this is what they've been doing to me for over 9 years. Louisiana is very powerful in the deep state. That's why they call it New Orleans, New World Order. Katrina was one of their first. They did massive viruses, Katrina virus, and killed a lot of people, confiscated guns during Katrina. We were one of the first ones hit because we were one of the top CIA controlled states. So very difficult for an honest person to do honest things in Louisiana, guys. And New York also, so because they will kill you. And I have avoided being murdered over 14 times now. They've used microwaves to stop my heart. They've used kidnappings, car accidents, drugs, poisoning me, getting exes to poison you and buy insurance policies. They've used every technique that you could ever imagine to try to kill me. And quite honestly, I really don't even know how I'm still alive, but I am. By the grace of God, I'm still around. And hey, baby boy. He's such a good boy. He's such a good, look at that pretty face. Oh, yeah. Look at my happy, beautiful face. See the tears coming out of his eyes? I have to wipe his eyes every day. This is microwave torture, guys. Same thing's happening to you. How this dog maintains love and kindness. You see how spiritual a dog is? No matter how much you electronically torture them, they love you endlessly. Look at the love. Look at the love. Look at my happy boy. And look at what he can do to you. Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want that. Would you want some of that? No, I don't think so. And let me tell you something. This dog knows demons. He actually can. There's people that I know that do drugs, right? And they will come in with drugs in their car, and they'll be high and loaded and shit like that. And he will chase that car. It's unbelievable. He doesn't chase cars. He chases cars of about 4 people in this neighborhood, and I know for a fact all of them do drugs. So I'm telling you, so he's a drug dog too. He can smell it a mile away. It's not smell, it's vibrations. People vibrate at ultra low frequencies when they, so it's like when you do drugs, you become a demon. I hope you do know that. You slip into demonic entity, and you no longer have control of your senses. You want me to scratch under your neck? Okay, baby boy. And he's a big slobberer too, so you can see his slobber stream. I read about these dogs, and yeah, they all slobber. They're all independent, extreme independence. Very difficult to do obedient training, but he's very obedient. He's smart. He put it this way: you'll say, "Hey, Zeke, come on, let's go inside," and he'll just sit there. He knows what inside means. Oh, he's shaking my hand. Okay, I'll scratch your head. All right, put that dangerous claw down. And he'll just look at me and go, "I don't want to come inside. I'm independent. I'm Mr. Independent." And I'll say, "Okay, you can stay outside." I feel like guarding, and they're nocturnal guarders too. They love guarding at nighttime. They'll stay up all night long and sleep all day. And there's times that they would refer to be guarding instead of okay. You don't have to use your paw. I'll keep scratching your head. Your dirty, wet, stinky, dirty paw. I always kiss him on the nose. "Hey, boo boo, what you doing, girly girl?" And I'm gonna comb you in just a minute, okay? I'm gonna brush it. She wants to be brushed, and I brush them every day. They love it. His favorite thing is scratching his ears because he's always being electronically tortured. So isn't that crazy? In a world that's backwards, upside down, the dog becomes your protector. And then the animal control and the ASPCA, they're all designed to take away your animals from the targets that Satan targets. It's insanity, isn't it? But that's what's happening. It's insanity. Now that's a 120-pound German Shepherd. She's a beast. And she is not overweight. She swims almost, well, not every day, but she swims a lot. And every day I exercise her because they're both working dogs, so you have to exercise them, walk them. I walk him 2 or 3 times every day. And you got to give him a certain amount of freedom or they'll go insane. You have to let them do their job, you have to. And for example, in Louisiana, these people don't realize that this is a demonic law to be able to take away the gift that God gave these protectors, right? And say, you cannot protect anymore. You cannot write a law above God's law. And the judges know this stuff. The police don't know this, but the judges know this stuff. Most of the judges do. And that's what they're doing. You can't tell something that is a natural law to do something unnatural, like be chained up 24 hours a day and be thrown in prison. And that's what they do us. They're streaming us into the cities. And we're not doing the same thing that we used to do, like farming. Farming is, I suggest that anybody that's going through any type of mental disorders or anything like that, you need to go to the country, away from the cell towers, and you need to start farming. because all of your mental disabilities will be fixed. And guess what? The psychologists, they don't know this stuff. They weren't taught that. I can take every person on planet Earth, okay, that has mental disorders, and I can fix them in a matter of weeks. I will move them out of their environment and give them a task to do. The reason why they're mentally ill is because they're not doing what God told them to do. And this is why the whole earth is mentally ill right now. This is why when you look up and they say, you know, it's a beautiful sky today, but let's say it's chemtrail filled, right? And you say, look up, look at that. They don't care. Doesn't matter. You'll have people say, I'm a Christian. I go to church. But it doesn't matter if they're spraying us with poison. That doesn't matter to me. You know, I don't care. I don't have the patience for it. They have an attention span of about, I don't know, nothing. And it just means that Satan has control of their mind. And you can't tell these people that. You can't. It's just like when you tell them, hey, I'm being targeted, I'm being covertly harassed, gang stalked, electronically tortured. Man, that's crazy. Let me ask one of my police friends and see if they know the truth. Like they're really going to tell you? I mean, come on. This is military, guys. Military corporations. That's what it is. Corporations taking over our military and our police. That's all it is, corporate law. So I'm glad you shared this time with me. Hopefully other targeted individuals will know kind of what's happening to us. God's elect on this planet is being murdered, and the people are doing nothing about it. And if you tell them that, hey, God's elect are on this planet, well, God's elect are always on this planet, guys. I mean, always. Everybody thinks, oh, no, there's a certain time where Jesus comes. No, Jesus is always here. He's always enlightening people. He's always giving people his voice. And you're dead. You're spiritually dead. You don't get it. And I'm sad that people are so spiritually dead that they're going to let genocide happen. And this is the Third World War, to where everybody dies. So you want to be hanging on the cross, not driving in the nails. There's only two jobs you can have on this planet. You're going to drive in the nail, or you're going to hang on the cross. You're going to be in the crowd laughing, mocking, spitting, which is the same as driving in the nails. Remember, as Jesus was going through the crowd, only one person was asked to help. And only one person carried his cross. So what is that telling you? That's telling you that the kings will have a situation just like today, to where there will be no righteous people on this earth. Everyone will be under mind control by Satan. Just like the city of Pompeii. Are they any righteous? Are they 50? Are there 40? Are there 20? Are there 30? Are there 10? Are there any righteous people left? No. Very few. And how do they stay on top? They eat our body and drink our blood. Because these people, the only way that they can stay intellectually superior to you is by being vampires. Okay? Vatican and vampire mean the same thing, guys, in gematria. So Just like a vampire drinks blood, and he gets the memory of what he drinks, blood that he drinks. The Jesuits are doing the same thing, guys. And what's hard to understand, like pedophilia and children missing and all this stuff, it is so difficult for people to understand that this is your government, these are the corporations doing this, this is your military operations doing this, just like X-Files. I mean, this is black government, deep state, and it exists. And if you don't stop it, then you're a conformist to Satan. So, all right, guys, love you all. Say goodbye, Zeke. Mimi, say goodbye, beautiful. Hey.